Jen and Robbie asked Chris and I to be the Kumbaro, we were both so honored. And standing up there today as your sponsor, it gave me such overwhelming pride. So thank you both so much. Jen, I wanted to tell you, again, you look absolutely gorgeous. So beautiful. Rob, pretty handsome yourself. Sorry, Jen's outdoing you, bud. And as I stand here, up here this evening, I'm thinking about Robbie when he was born. I was 9, and I was obsessed from day one. He was an adorable baby. I can still see his chubby little cheeks, big blue eyes, and his curly little brown hair. He was so adorable. And in true Greek fashion, we grew up only a few houses away from each other on Marston Street in Haverhill. I spent most of my days after school with my cousins, Robbie and Lainey, my Thea Irene, and my Yaya. I have so many happy memories with all of them. I can actually still hear my Yaya Helen saying, Robbie, Robbie. And over the years, I've been so fortunate to see my cousin grow into such, he was a great high school football player. He is now such a successful, hardworking, and driven young man, so it's been such an honor to do that. And I've also been given the opportunity to get to know Jen, which has also been such a great opportunity. Jen is probably one of the sweetest, most thoughtful, most organized, beautiful girls that I have ever met. And Robbie and Jen have really developed such an amazing relationship, such a wonderful love for one another. And you can just see they complement each other so well. So, as I mentioned earlier, thank you so much for giving Chris and I this opportunity to be here. It's such an honor. I know Chris has a few words he would like to share, but thank you so much. Love you.
Just said on behalf of Robbie and Jen. And we were flattered when you asked us, and it wasn't so much that they asked us just to begin the wedding, right? But it was because of the role we were asked to play. I think it's important to take a step back and address what that means, right, with respect to the marriage and the relationship that we have with Robbie and Jen. And it's not just the wedding sponsor, it's not just a role, it's not just a tradition. It's someone that spends an active participation in their lives, and as they continue to grow, we're role models, we're protectors, we're spiritual caregivers, caretakers, right? And we're going to be there with you guys through the great times, the tough times, all the obstacles that life has to offer, right? All those things are very important, and we truly mean that. We are grateful to be in this position right now. Believe it or not, I've known Robbie for 20 years. So Robbie was 10, I was 12. Just kidding. I remember, watching him as a little boy playing baseball in Haverhill on the Lily Field, and he had that same smile, that same genuine love of life that he has now as a grown man. And it's been exciting to watch that and watch him mature as time's gone on here. It's no surprise that he's found Jen, who is a perfect match, and the fact that they've got the same values and the same foundational base that's come to who they are today. So I think it's probably safe to say that this is the most contagiously genuine couple that everyone in this room knows. I see the foundational values that their families have instilled in them, right, over time here. I couldn't be happier to represent the two of you, honestly. And may today be a day that we begin to make many fond memories together, right? Like Father Macario said this morning, when Christ exists, happiness exists, right? So may God bless both of you on a wonderful day, and we're all grateful and happy to be here with you right now.
Thank you very much. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce the father of the bride, Mr. Michael Crittenden.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to digress a second. I just want to talk about that ceremony today, which was beautiful. Now, we grew up Roman Catholic, and when Jen and Rob were planning to get married, we found out that a marriage in the Roman Catholic Church would not be recognized in the Greek Orthodox Church. But a marriage in the Greek Orthodox Church is recognized in the Roman Catholic Church. So we had absolutely no problem having the ceremony at the Greek Church in Haverhill, which was outstanding. Irene, you sounded like an angel when you were singing. And Father, the whole ceremony was just the best. I think I've talked to 50% of the people here. Everyone just loved it. It was just a nice, nice time. Normally I can memorize these types of things, but as you grow older, you need notes.
Yep.
The. I'll try not to read straight from the book, but this is quite a special day and special weekend. I really feel that our groups of family and friends have gotten to know one another during the celebration of two special people, Jennifer and Rob. Thanks to everyone who drove, walked, flew, took an Uber to get here. There are people here from California, Nebraska, Canada, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. People came from all over. And we really, really, really appreciate it, and we love sharing this day with you. Having such a great group of people is a testament to how much Jen and Rob mean to us all. I am Mike Crittenden, father of the bride. This is my beautiful wife, Christine. Who has been putting up with me for a lot of years, and especially putting up with me this weekend. There are certain rare people in this world that have a particular gift. The gift that I'm referring to is the ability to make other people feel special. Jennifer has that gift.
Yes.
And I don't think anyone in this room could argue that.
No.
I tried to think of who in the family she got this gift from, the ability to light up a room. And there's so many people that have passed that gift down to her, but two people in particular that I just want to recognize are my brother Andy Crittenden and my cousin Kathy Bass. They are just two people that if you put them in a blender, and blend their life, you can get Jennifer of those two people. Ever since Jennifer was little, she always had a big, happy smile on her face, which made everyone happy. Growing up, people gravitated to her, whether at school, on the soccer field, the tennis court, or hanging out with friends and family. Her personality was glowing. She became a great conversationalist and a great listener. She was also an extremely hard worker. She pushed herself through school academically, socially, and work-wise. From Haverhill High and on to UNH for her undergrad and graduate degrees, she followed her passion for teaching. And during that time, she was always working and earning money. She always thought that we were hard on her. But Jen, you were harder on yourself than we were on you. We provided a direction and a path. Jen had a lot of fun with her friends through school, but was also working 2 or 3 jobs at a time. We were the type of parents that never gave handouts to either of our daughters. As I like to say, you have to have skin in the game. I think we were successful in instilling a good work ethic in Jennifer, and she's one of the most organized and hardest workers that I know. Those traits, along with her gift of making other people feel special, are quite a combination for her career path. After college, Jennifer went overseas to the UAE to teach for 3 years. This was a great experience for her and ended up with another group of lifelong friends. But more importantly, she shared her gift with the children in her classrooms. All those children are better people today, having had Jennifer as part of their lives. And that goes for her students at the school she teaches at now, which is in Melrose, Massachusetts. I tried to think of a phrase to capture what I think Jennifer brings to the world. She's a shining star. In Greek, and I hope that I don't mess this up, the phrase is Labero Asteri. Labero Asteri. In my mind, a person that is a shining star can light up a room, can light up a person, and can light up part of the world. The world is a better place for having our Labero Asteri. Even though Jen and Rob knew each other since junior high, it was really while Jen was in Dubai that Rob really came into the picture. When we got to know Rob, and we would see him more and more, I also realized that his personality was very similar to Jennifer's. He had many friends from elementary school, high school, college, and various travels. Whenever we were with him, he was also talking, and more importantly, listening. People are drawn to him, and he makes people feel better. He has a contagious laugh and a contagious smile. And he is famous in our family for his big bear hugs. Rob has been very respectful to us and our family. There was always direct eye contact, a handshake or a hug, and a proper address. We could always tell he was taught his manners. We've been Mr. and Mrs. Crit for years. I think that I heard him say once that once he and Jen were married that he would call us Mike and Chris, but I think he's going to have a hard habit to drop. Of course, what was most important to Mrs. Crit and I was that Jennifer find a guy that makes her happy and treats her well. We know that Jen has found that in Rob. He is very caring and respectful to her, and something that is very special between the two of them is that they laugh together. They can laugh with each other and they laugh at each other. Not a lot of couples can do this. We also know that Rob is and will continue to be very successful. He works hard, is very intelligent, and works hard at keeping in touch with his family and friends. It's very important to him. It seems to me like this special couple is a great match. Today they are now officially together as one Labero Asteri, one shining star.
What's up, everybody? All right. There comes a time in everybody's life when they meet their one true love, their soulmate, one that accepts them for who they are and loves them unconditionally. That moment came for Rob 18 years ago when he met me. It's true. Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, I am Dan, the best man. I would like to start by congratulating the new Mr. and Mrs. LaValle. and all the special people in their lives that made this unforgettable day possible. And Jen, I know this has been said, but I have to say it again. You look absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I say that wrong. You really can. And Rob, I know this has been said too, but you clean up pretty well too. You're looking good, kid, all right? Keep it up. Like I said, Rob and I have been a huge part of each other's lives since before I can remember. Through middle school, Central Catholic, or Assumption College, there's never been a dull moment. Whether it was laughing hysterically or getting into trouble, minor of course, we've done it all.
Yeah. It's me, dear.
We've done it all. When I met my wife, Molly, I had to have a serious conversation with her about that special person in my life. I said, you know, Molly, if things start getting serious, you may start seeing a lot more of Rob. And sure enough, he did not disappoint. Rob was that guy who was always accompanying us on dates and crashing on our couch. He was our sure bet third wheel until Jen came along and saved the day. Jen, thank you. From both Molly and I.
And me.
This might be news to some, but these two actually began their love story back in middle school, when a relationship consisted of holding hands and going to Skateland or Glow Bowling at Pilgrim Lanes. With a chaperone, of course, Rob.
Caitlin.
I remember Rob and I would take bike rides that would somehow conveniently end up in Jen's neighborhood all the time. Rob was head over heels in love with Jen back then, and I think it's safe to say we can all still see that same look in his eyes here today. Fast forward to our annual Fagawi trip in Nantucket in our mid-20s. The party was just getting started. Rob had the drinks flowing and the music cranked all the way up in typical Rob fashion. All of a sudden we noticed Rob was nowhere to be found. I figured I would find him passed out, but instead found him in his room FaceTiming Jen, who was on the other side of the world in Dubai. What? It was at that very point, not only did I find out that Jen had come back into Rob's life, but also that she was the one. I mean, not only his best friend could pull him away from a party. Now that Rob and Jen have been together for quite some time, I would like to point out some positive transformations I have seen Rob make throughout their relationship. All right, let's start off with his hairdo. Rob always had a low-ball fade with a straight-edge finish. A complete box cut. Now, Jen has inspired him to wear a more mature, beautifully parted comb-over that he's been rocking here today, which would almost allow him to run for political office. Rob, seriously, it's looking good. Number 2. Most of you guys know Rob has issues with tardiness. 20 minutes usually means 40 minutes. And if he says he's an hour away, forget it. You may not see him until the next day. Now I know we have the school teacher and Jen to thank. 10 minutes really means 10 minutes. Jen, thank you. Number 3. Rob is a yes man. He has always been one to say yes within reason, of course. But now he is more selective with his plans and even says no. Danny, I have a lot of chores to do. I won't be able to do that. Truly amazing. Seriously, truly amazing. Before Jen, Rob always was the life of the party, who wanted the night to never end. And now, he tries to stay in on the weekends and goes to bed early. Who are we kidding? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He's still the life of the party. Robbie. Yeah. All right? Robbie. My best friend has truly become an adult now because of you, Jen. And consequently, I must admit, it has made me one too. So again, Molly and my wife, thank you. In all seriousness though, this guy is a great friend, the best I got. And I'm proud to be standing here by his side today. I could not be more happy for this couple, and I cannot think of a better woman or a more perfect match for Rob to spend the rest of his life with. Jen, Rob, you two are really meant to be. So I'd like to ask us all to raise a glass right now. I'd like you guys to join me in wishing the new Mr. and Mrs. LaValle all the wealth, health, and happiness in the world. To the bride and groom. Happy birthday.
All right, my turn. Everyone hear me all right? Yeah, good? All right. So it looks like a lot, but it's not that bad. I'll try to be quick. I see the LaValle brothers are here, so I'll make it quick. I know how impatient they get. I don't need any drinks thrown at me tonight. John, Bob, David. Robbie, what can I say? We've been through it all together. Good times, bad times, hard times, exhausting times, and hilarious times. We have had crazy, unforgettable times with friends, crazy, unforgettable times with new people we met along the way, some we hope to never meet again. And we've also lost some friends along the way. We've been out to sea, over the border, looking for the best slopes on our ski trips, camped in the cold of the White Mountains, climbed Mount Washington, cascaded through Class 5 whitewater rapids, seen some of the best artists in rock and roll history, Allman Brothers, the Eagles, Bob Seger, made visits to colleges, festivals, fairs, even the Plastow Police Department. For all of this, you're on time for about 5% of it. That's what we call it, as Dan said, that's what we call Rob time. And it frustrated me so much waiting outside your house for at least a half hour while you would continue to tell me you were coming out as I heard the shower running in the background. But you'd hop.
You were inside drinking.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. We'd hop in the front seat, flash that smile at me, and say, "What's up, Dino?" Like you were on time, like everything was fine, nothing wrong. And I couldn't even be mad at you. Jen, you've seen that smile many times before. Sometimes when Rob isn't ready to shut the party down quite yet. You've also seen it years ago in high school, as you rode shotgun in his T-Bird, with the Rolling Stones blaring, me in the back seat, where's Katie? Katie, you were there too.
Right there.
Bombing around the streets of Haverhill on our way to the next party, which at one point was at the Crittenden House. Sorry, I don't know if you knew about it. It's a hell of a party. Wish you could have been there. But that smile said it all. That kind of smile that said, it's all good, it's going to be all good, just be happy. One of the first times I met Rob, we were at freshman football practice at Central. I was on defense, he was blocking me on offense. He was supposed to be going half speed, but every play his 220-pound body put me on my soaking wet 150-pound ass. But that's who Rob is. Passionate, caring, good-hearted. He does everything to the ultimate limit. He always gives everything his all. Excelling in academics, football, being a member of the student council, and he even did a little acting on the side in The Wizard of Oz. All these guys, all our friends up here can attest. Rob would do anything for not only the people he cares about and loves, but complete strangers. The support Rob has for his friends and family and wife are insurmountable. Every decision I've made in my life and going through my life changes, you gave me full support and presented a positive outlook on it all. In my opinion, that is one of the best qualities a true friend can have. And I know you're only going to give your passion for life, happiness, fun, and never-ending support to Jen in your years to come. Jen, he picked you carefully. You probably know this, but since you and him dated in middle school, you've been his only real girlfriend.
Yeah.
So he didn't go through girlfriends like he did his 12 cars in high school. I know for a fact you truly mean something. I know for a fact you are truly something to him. In the sport he has showed me over the 15 plus years I've known him, he will show to you twice as much. Jen, I've known you also about the same amount of years. Your witty and sometimes neurotic mannerisms always make me laugh. Do you tend to worry a lot? Maybe. But I believe it's a great quality to have because it makes the strong, level-minded, and totally in control person that you are. And you keep Rob grounded in a nurturing way. Because that's the person you are. You're a nurturer. And probably why you chose a career path in teaching and molding the young minds of Haverhill's youth, and now Melrose. You started at Haverhill, right? No? Okay. Oh, yeah.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it.
Anyway, you taught it. You got it. There's no doubt in my mind you will make an unbelievable wife and mother. So to have two people like Rob and Jen and the qualities that they share come together and decide to be the ultimate team is truly extraordinary. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world. We see it every day. A lot of bad people in the world. But to see two people like you puts my mind at ease because you guys are the ultimate team and will be forever. And I'm proud to call you guys my friends and my family. So keep loving, enjoying life like you guys do. And keep putting others' interests in minds like you always do. So here's to Rob and Jen.
Make some noise for our two best men, Dan and Dean. We'd like to have one more toast from our beautiful matron of honor. Please make some noise for Katie.
For those of you who don't know me, I am Katie. I'm Jen's little sister. And make fun. Thanks. We're so very blessed to have family and friends near and far to celebrate on this amazing day. Jen and I talk about it all the time, how blessed we are to have not just close family, but friends and family friends and everybody in this room. We have a better support system, in my opinion, than most people in the world. So, thank you. Jen and I have always been close. She watched out for me when we were young, included me with her friends as teenagers, and continues to be my best friend as an adult. She really is the best sister I could imagine. Jen captivates people with her amazing ability to tell a story. Whether it's about her years living abroad, daily hilarious activities, or every single time she's called into Maddie in the morning. The last one was on Tuesday. I think she set the record for that. She is a fantastic teacher, a world traveler, creative person, problem solver, organizational genius, fabulous friend, and best sister. Rob, you really picked a good one.
Yes. birthday, and he called me at about, I think it was 8 o'clock in the morning, and I picked up the phone, I was at work, and immediately I do every time what I do when Rob calls me. He thinks that he's whispering, but he's not ever. Hey, yeah, good morning, hey, how are you? He says, I bought a ring, Kate. So then we get into this hilarious trying to figure out how to plot out to get Jen, in the place that they met as kids. But I was so excited that he called to ask for help because usually we're just plotting the ways that we can annoy Jen. So it was a nice change. So it was a long day trying to convince Jen that, yes, I will know someone at Riverside Park with a golden retriever puppy, even though it's 40 degrees and raining. So thank God she's gullible and loves puppies. She showed up in rain boots and an old dirty ski jacket to see just Rob in the place that they met as kids. I couldn't be more happy to have him as a new part of the family. So please, raise your glasses. May your marriage be filled with fun and laughter to last a lifetime.
Amen.